Namaste, bitches! It's episode 80! So I suppose I better do something a bit huge, hadn't I? Did you know that there are certain Generation 1 toys that aren't really that good? I know! It's true! There was that one guy who turned into a rocket and a train and the track for the train, and amazingly, it didn't really work. I know! So hooray once again for the miracle of the modern reimagining, and hooray twice for Energon Omega Supreme. My word, he's a big chap, isn't he? Aren't you a big chap? Oh, who's a big chap? In fact, he's so big that he's second only to Unicron in my collection, and even then, only slightly. But check him out, this guy looks like a goddamn building! As a robot, apart from his size, this guy doesn't really have that much going on. You know, he's got the standard weapons and articulation, but he's pretty much just a really, really big, regular guy. And you know what? That's alright. So let's have a look at what he has got going on, shall we? For starters, he's asymmetrical, obviously, which is rare in itself. Check out his arms. This one over here is like kind of industrial, being all scaffolding and pistons and gears and whatnot. This grabby arm gimmick looks a bit bloody silly in robot mode, but the claw's a cool touch. You can really pick something up. The other arm's clearly the death station. I mean, check out the 6 guns up here. Who the hell even needs a real hand when you've got fingernail lasers? But apart from that, he's got like a big dose of play-schooly primary colours and these suspect double willy guns. And that's about it for the regular robot. So I guess it's time to break out the power links. Being so big and ugly, you'd think he'd have more than 4 measly power links ports. But check this. He's a Headmaster! Oh god! But first, behold this hulking headless husk, which for some reason has a name. Without the head, he's called Omega Grand. Whatever, Hasbro. Now if we just open up these little doors, flip that up, get little fatty Prime here. Ladies and folks, Optimus Supreme. You know in the Labyrinth when there's that big dude made of armour and they knock his head off and there's a little dweeb inside driving him? Yeah. And check it out, there's these 4 little doors that open up, and then you can stick on a bunch of crap I don't have and make him look horrible. Why does this toy need to be able to do that? So, the head then. The face is pretty grim actually, it's all stoic, lifeless eyes and chin-strap beard, and he's got the Ultra Magnus spikes and the cool guy visor. And yes, it's a little dude. So this little guy is called Omega, which is extremely obvious, and slightly disappointing that it's not Omega Tiny or Omega's Minimus. But he's alright, you know, he does look like a tiny Omega Supreme. He's got some ball joints and Baraka blades going on. That's Omega sufficient. Yes indeed, this guy separates into 2 different alt modes. So in my book, he's a Duocon, albeit the hugest and least useful Duocon. And this is the train mode, which unsurprisingly is called the Omega Train. It's a little bit dumb, and, you know, it doesn't look much like a train. Do these wheels have tyres? Still, I've seen vehicles of this ilk elsewhere, so I guess I can believe it. I really like the detail at the front as well. I can imagine this thing rolling into Timber Station. Claw hand thing's a bit more convincing in this mode. Like, it might even be useful. It kinda looks like some cycloptic robo-dino goose. And check out the tiny blue King Ghidorah down here. I'm not completely sure what this part's for. I mean, I think the guy could probably sit in there, but what's he doing? Still, I gotta tell you, this isn't great. To transform it, you basically just turn his leg a bit, so it does kind of look like half a robot on its side. Now, get your towels ready, because it's about to go down. And here's the Battleship mode, whose name is, altogether now, the Omega Battleship. But my, oh my, this is very cool. Check it, it's just a great long streak of deep blue yumminess. Nah, this is awesome. Got this little gear here that makes all the weapons move in unison. You got the fingernail lasers leading the way up there. Tell me that doesn't rock. And it's all centered around this stonking control tower. Check out the detail on there. You can even let little Omega use it as like a throne, like he's the king of the baby robot ocean. Yeah, the Omega Battleship is just a stonking alt mode, and it more than makes up for that half-assed train thing. Speaking of which, there's this big chasm in the back end with like a subtle Astro Train homage in there. And what you do with that is... why? Why? And that's Omega Supreme. He's a big bugger, he's a Duocon, he's a Headmaster, he's beleaguered with gratuitous combining gimmicks, and every single possible configuration has a different silly name. I don't know about you, but I don't think I really need all that extra nonsense to enjoy this figure. How could you not enjoy this figure? It's awesome. Supreme class thanks to my good man Tom, and I'm spent.